What's up, guys? I know you guys have been wondering where in the world have we been, and I just want to thank everyone that reached out to us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, just wondering, where are you guys? We are not dead, and we are okay, and this summer and fall and winter has just been crazy. We've grown so much more than we thought we could. We've learned so many new things, which has just been really cool, and it's been really exhausting but epic at the same time. We are coming back. We are going to do our best to post at least every other week, at least 2 a month is our goal. We also are going to be posting on our Gateway to the Arctic page. So you guys have probably heard me talk about Gateway to the Arctic. I work for Gateway to the Arctic, so does Jen, and we love Gateway to the Arctic. So I'm going to actually leave a little pop-up for Gateway to the Arctic and a link down below. If you have not subscribed, please do to that channel, because most of our videos are probably going to be on there, because Gateway is just really our life right now, so we're probably going to be posting a lot there. So please subscribe there if you haven't. But it has just been a crazy summer, and we tried to vlog many times. It wasn't that we weren't trying, and it just with the craziness of our summer, I lost the camera. When I did vlog, before I lost the camera, the battery died partway through, which you guys will be able to see. But thankfully I found the camera. And then we had a bunch of wildfires up here in Talkeetna, and it's just been crazy. But now that we're getting into our routine, I do want to show you guys the summer footage that was on cover that we found, so you guys can see a little bit of that. You'll also see when the battery died. Thankfully I caught a cute little song Jocelyn sang with her umbrella. You'll see, probably I'll put it at the end of the video or whatever. But we are back. Please check out Gateway to the Arctic's page and subscribe there if you haven't, because we're gonna post videos on there. And what do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to hear about our life? What do you want to see? Leave some comments down below. You can leave them here, and then you can leave them on our future videos at Gateway to the Arctic page. But I hope you guys are doing awesome. Thank you again for reaching out to us to see how we are. And we are loving life here in Talkeetna. It has been ridiculously cold. It's been -30 for a while. So that's another part of the problem. The first time I actually tried this camera outside, it shut off just because it's so cold outside. So now I'm inside. Hopefully it's not too echoey here in the lodge. It's a beautiful lodge. I love coming in here. But I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm going to click over to the summer video so you guys can see that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. What is up, guys? I feel like it has been forever since I've posted a video on YouTube. Actually, it has been forever. I think the last one I did was probably when we were at Myrtle Beach, but it has been so crazy lately. It's been awesome, but super crazy with our transition, moving to Talkeetna, getting used to just being here. My new role, I'm actually an associate director for Gateway to the Arctic. You guys have probably heard me talk about that a lot of times on my channel. And just getting in the groove, and then the forest fires here have just been kind of crazy, and it has been so hot. But I finally picked up the camera, and he's like, you know what, I need to do a video because it's been too long. And I know you guys have been super patient. I've got a lot of messages from you guys, so I really appreciate it. But I want to show you our cabin and kind of show you around where we are. So I think one of you made a joke, I think it was Jaws Jr., about a his and hers entrance. I actually thought the exact same thing, but this was actually a split cabin. So I believe the dimensions are 14 by 16. Each side, so really 16 by 28. But that's why there are 2 doors, because there was a wall in between. I'm gonna go inside and you guys will see there's now a door in between. So we kind of have the living room side over here and our sleeping side over here. Okie dokie, here is our cabin. So this is our dry cabin. You can see we have our TV over there. We don't have, you know, satellite or cable or anything like that. That's just a placeholder until our house is done. I'll talk about our house a little bit later. But here is our little living room area. Got our couch. A lot of our other stuff is in storage. And Jocelyn's kind of play area, toys. We're still trying to find places for everything. We got some kind of this platform thing to put all her stuff on. Had this built, and just kind of drawers all the way down. But that is Jen's desk where she does some remote work still. And here is our living side, so it's definitely small. And oh, I want to show you this before I forget. This whole entire side wall, this slat wall, let me close this door so you guys can see a little bit better. I love because all these little accessory attachments you can find at like Home Depot, Lowe's, just go so nicely on here. So hanging stuff is nice. I found this little guy on Amazon of all places. These slide right in there, and this kind of makes a little closet for us. So we've kind of saved some of our summer stuff. All the other stuff again is in storage. We've got these like Sterilite, oh hi Cassie, Sterilite dressers for some things, and we're both sleeping in the same room, which definitely makes it interesting having us all together. But we wanted to sleep together so that we could actually have the living room side separate, so that when Jocelyn goes to bed earlier than us, she'll be able to sleep in here and we can have some alone time in there in our bed, queen bed. So we have this fan because, oh my goodness, it gets so hot in here. So some of you may have seen that Alaska has been going through this crazy heat wave. Today, for example, it's 92 degrees. And for anyone that has never been to Alaska, yes, there's not as much humidity here compared to the south. The humidity down south is just terrible, and I really don't miss that at all. But it feels so much warmer in the direct sunlight up here. And I've actually done research on like why it feels hotter than 92 degrees. Because 92 degrees just is still hot no matter what in Alaska. But in the direct sun, in the summertime, with the way the earth rotates, we're actually closer to the sun. So there's a major difference between direct sunlight and when you just step over into the shade. You can feel a good temperature difference. But it has just been so warm here. This crazy heat wave has kind of gone around. And what's happening is the cabin is just heating up during the day because we have a metal roof, and it's just so hot in here by the time that we come to bed. And I'm just like laying there in front of the fan like, oh, I can't go to sleep. I'd rather be way cold going to sleep than hot because I just feel so sticky and gross. But it's crazy how warm it's been. It's looking like it's finally going to start cooling down at the end of this week, and we are just praying for rain because we have not had rain. I talked a little bit about the forest fires. They're popping up all over Alaska, and it's really sad to see. And actually the Talkeetna forest fire, you guys may have seen that too. That was, probably 2 miles from where we are. Huge smoke, and I think the fire's gotten up to about 360 acres is the last I heard, and they've already started to evacuate people. A lot of the fire for the first few days was just natural forest fires area. I think only one house was lost, but it's getting closer to more people's homes, and they're starting to evacuate. So we're definitely keeping an eye on that and really hope that everyone stays safe and can, evacuate ahead of time. But this is our cabin, and it is definitely warm in here. Like I said, it's 92 today. And I moved to Alaska thinking it was just gonna be 75 degrees, 78 in the summertime, which last summer it definitely was. This is an anomaly for sure. But it's just awesome living here. We love Talkeetna so far. We're a little bit away from town, but we love being out here. I want to show you guys too some of the property where we are. And like I mentioned, I am the Associate Director for Gateway to the Arctic, so that's another reason why it's just been crazy lately. But I'd love to show you guys our high tunnel, which a high tunnel is basically like a big greenhouse where we have a lot of produce. And show our garden beds and kind of everything up at the garden. We've got chickens. I think we have 48 baby chicks that aren't so much baby anymore. They're growing. And then we have, I think, 5 laying hens and 1 rooster. So I'm gonna ride my bike up there so I can show you guys. But this is our cabin. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. We do have electricity. As you can see, the lights are on. We didn't have it when we first got in here, but thankfully, we got that all set up now. Again, we still don't have internet, so that's been another reason why it's been challenging. We don't have internet. I do have a hotspot that I can use occasionally. But it's not always super reliable. But this is our cabin. Let's go up to the garden. All right, so I got Jen here with me.
Hi!
And Cassie. We're walking up to the garden area, but I wanted to tell you guys that we have a lot of wildfires actually right now. By a lot, I mean 2, in Talkeetna. The first one has actually been going for, what, 5 days now?
Since the 4th.
Yeah, and today is the, 7th? and it's been going for a little while now. Last report I read, it was 360 something odd acre fire. The second one that started today, 6 hours ago, is already up to about 100 acres, I think. So thankfully the most recent one, we are I think 5 miles away from it. And it's heading in a different direction than where we live, thankfully. So we're definitely monitoring that. So we've kind of started to prepare some things in case we do need to evacuate. A lot of areas around here in Talkeetna have been evacuating, a mandatory evacuation. I do know some homes have been lost, unfortunately. But it has just been so hot and so dry here. There's been a fire ban for a while now, and unfortunately there are still wildfires. Anyone that lives in California experiences that often, so we're going to try to make this short and sweet, but we really want to show you guys the garden area, and hopefully we won't have to evacuate partway through this. You guys can see over there we have raised garden boxes, like garden beds, with a variety of things in there. Tomatoes, herbs, just all kinds of different vegetables. And those are really cool because those are actually donated boxes, and they run $10 a month, and we donate all the produce. So a lot of the produce here we will give to the food bank here locally, the Susitna Valley, whatever, Alaska Food Bank branch up here in the Talkeetna area. And so all of those boxes have been donations. And like I said, it's $10 a month, or you can pay $120 a year at one time. And it's really cool. And it's so cool to see the difference between the size of the vegetables, if you can kind of see from far off. I don't know if you can see all those, compared to the high tunnel that we'll go into, the greenhouse. And you can see a major difference in size, even though it's the same vegetables. Let's head over to the high tunnel. So this is our high tunnel. It is super, super hot in here. And like I said earlier, it's already really hot in Alaska. And this feels like you're walking into a sauna. It is amazing how warm it gets in here. But we've got tons of stuff in here, as you can see. And look how much bigger it is than the garden boxes out there. It's crazy. So we've got things in here like okra, we've got tomatoes, we've got summer squash, we've got cucumbers and zucchini, and we have a bunch of tomatoes. We've got some herbs down at the back, some basil, some cilantro. Am I missing anything, Jen?
We have some pumpkins in here too.
Yes, we do have some pumpkins in here. And it's just really cool with this warm environment in here, and kind of the amount of sun reflection gets in here, how big it gets. And so we're watering this twice a day, in the morning and the evening. We were watering it in the afternoon, but we actually had somebody out here recently who knows a whole lot about gardening at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, who said we're basically wasting our time when we do it in the afternoon, just with the amount of heat that's, you know, here in Alaska right now. So it's amazing how much we can grow in here. We've kind of played around too. We would love to kind of cut back one of these to be able to enter one into the state fair. We haven't decided for sure if we want to do that. But and what I mean by cut back is, if you prune back, depending on what we do, say we decide a squash or a pumpkin, if you prune back all of them but one, so all of the energy can be focused into one, so that that one can grow as big as possible. And anyone that's ever seen Alaska state fairs, they've got giant pumpkins, squash, all kinds of things that are world record setting. Just with the amount of sunlight we get here in Alaska, it's amazing what kind of things you can grow in such a short season. So up here we have a bunch of potatoes. So we actually have Yukon Gold and red potatoes. I can't remember how many, a few hundred potatoes. And you can kind of see them go all the way down, part way down through this field. And on the other side of those potatoes, we'll walk down, we have pumpkins. So we're growing some pumpkins here, and we'd love for it to be a community thing. You know, people in the community can come get a pumpkin from the pumpkin patch. I don't know if anyone in Talkeetna is actually growing pumpkins, but we have a few cool ones up here I want to show you. So here's a small little guy right here. Got a bunch down here. Here's another, really green one, and you can kind of see my hand compared to the size of that one. I think the biggest one we have is, oh, there it is, right over here. This one's kind of cool. It's two-tone, yellow and green. You can kind of see it's already getting pretty big. Probably about the size of your normal tiny one that you might find in the store around the fall. But we are growing a bunch of pumpkins right here. all the way down kind of into here. So in here we have a bunch of what we call meat chickens, meaning these will actually be harvested later for meat, and there are 48 in here. We had 50. Unfortunately, 2 died when they were little baby chicks, which definitely happens, but there are 48 in here right now. And over here we have some egg layers. Let's see, we have 5 egg layers and a rooster. We actually just got the rooster recently. His name is Oscar. Oh wait, there's number 6. There he is. And they each...
I'm better here. Look, I can take it close to me. My little brownie.
You gonna sing a song?
I'm right here, I like a window. I'm right here, I like a window. And I don't share with anybody else. But I like a window, it can and not come out. Not come out, not coming, not coming. Only gods or other people, but no big kids or grandmas. All granddaddies, all grandmamas, all moms and dads. But I love you and hi, doody doody doo, doody doody doo, doody doody doo, doo doo doo, da-da-da-da-da. Look at the sombrero, doody doody doo. Oh yeah, abracadabra. Then and I skateboard, dee-doo, 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 dee-doo. The end, done.